how it reduces the development time, okay, by reducing the number of lines of code, okay. So
It's called to
and
Shilpa
what are the
speaking.
use cases where you
Monica.
will be using
Because
Bootstrap,
I started
okay.
recording.
Then we looked at the M service case study, okay, like the website how we design. We looked at a sample Bootstrap page, okay. We looked at responsive images, okay, image responsiveness with Bootstrap, creating responsive images with Bootstrap, how to embed the content in a web page. Then we looked at the grid system, okay, the 12 column layout, okay. um, there we looked at some of the combinations like one column grid, two column grid, three column grid, mixed grid layout, nested column grid, okay. uh, I believe we looked at till this point, and we'll continue from here, okay. uh, yeah, so yeah, we'll start the session now. And how the columns works on the concept of breakpoint is nothing but where the column goes to the next uh, row, okay. So let's look at the mixed column
20
layout,
joined.
okay. Mixed grid.
Hmm?
So
20 joined.
if you look at the below
You want
screen on a
names?
large or medium viewport, this is how the layout will look, okay. The 12 column layout, each thing is divided into, like, it takes up three boxes each, and this is how it renders, okay. On a small viewport, this is how it renders. You see two over here and two over here. On an extra small viewport, which could be a very small, like a small device in portrait mode, okay, mobile phone in portrait mode, which will render like this. Here what we can notice the below points with respect to these screenshots. On a large medium viewport we get a four column layout, okay. So this is how the four column layout looks. So basically in uh,
Merchant responded.
3 3 3 3, so it's divided like this. On a large or medium viewport, on a small viewport we get two column layout. So it's divided, like, if you take into consideration all the 12 columns in a row, so you can say that the six boxes is one column and the remaining six is taken as another column, okay. On a small, extra small viewport we get one column layout, okay. And the breakpoint happens then, okay. We have discussed earlier that when a layout is defined for a particular breakpoint using Bootstrap grid, the layout continues to breakpoint above that, and for lower breakpoints, Bootstrap automatically follows stack order. So stack order is nothing but, you know what is a stack, right? Stack is like placing one thing below another or one thing above another thing, okay. Here it follows the stack order, meaning the things are placed
Someone joined.
down. It's not a queuing
Sonam
like you
Samrajan.
have front and then back, something like that. Queuing order is not followed, stack order is followed, remember that. So whenever, so how do we
You
decide when to use? So when a designer, right, let's say you have when you're building a website, you
huh?
generally have some
Sonam
layouts which are defined by the
Tapa.
user team. Or let's take the example of flipkart.com, right? When you keep scrolling you will keep
Shivangi.
seeing the
Apurva.
products. So someone must have defined that the
Karishma.
vertical scrolling
It's like
should show more products.
jumble only, not
So
in
in that
alphabetic
case
order.
you can use
Okay.
the Bootstrap framework
Shivani.
and show your product listing page. just giving you a real time example. I hope everyone here have used Flipkart, Mintra, or some online
Shivani Rajavi.
e-commerce portal,
Control
right?
F you do, otherwise
uh,
it will
so
be
you will see a lot of product listing pages. You
Apurva.
will see
Okay,
the
right.
product on the left, right, and then you
Adli,
scroll.
Karishma Bandhan,
You keep getting the
Ramadevi, Anjana,
data. Okay. In the above screenshots, you
Ram
can
Kumar.
observe that we are able to define different layouts for each and every
Sorry,
breakpoint.
Ram Kumar is
This is
Springboard
because
mentor.
Bootstrap supports creation of mixed grid. With a
Rakshana
mixed grid, one
Kumari,
can mix the layout configurations for different
Arpana,
breakpoints, and the respective layouts will get
Tota
rendered
Lakshana,
for respective breakpoint.
Arpana,
Thus mixed grid help us create more powerful and
Karanya,
dynamic layouts. Okay. So we will see
Ashna
how that
Anthony,
is done. Okay. So this is the code snippet.
Ashna
You can
Anthony,
see we are using
Sanjana,
column MD4. Okay. And this is a mixed grid layout.
okay, Sanjana, Muskan, Srivatsa,
Okay, the code
Athiya,
is probably incomplete because you are only seeing Kerala, Tamil Nadu,
Manasa
and
Kutagala,
Sikkim. You also need to have another
Sonam
div
Somrajan,
component for Karnataka, and then you can see the
huh? Soumya,
overall layout.
Soumya Dikshit,
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load this up
Neha
in a
not here.
HTML file. Okay.
Sonam and
And
Soumya Dikshit,
try to show you the output. Okay.
Pallavi
I
Bhosle,
hope everyone went through the course content and they have downloaded the projects which
yeah.
are
Just now I
uh,
called her.
available. Okay. They were available at the very beginning of the course.
Pallavi Bhosle,
I think
Vanaja Pai,
somewhere around here or
Anandi
here.
S.
So you have the code snippets over here.
Okay,
Okay.
Vanaja
So
Pai,
please
Anandi S.
download this and try to run
Harshita
the
BG,
relevant files when we are going through the
Lavanya
course. Okay,
N.
that will be helpful. I repeat, uh,
That's it.
go to learning outcomes
Yeah.
uh, and go to the second slide and download the required code snippets for this sessions, Twitter Bootstrap sessions. Okay. Once you have downloaded that, uh, you can open that and you can run the HTMLs. Okay. So yeah, basically this is the output of the mixed grid layout. I will also share. Uh, do I need to record these sessions because I got a request from someone to record these sessions? Uh, can the Spark answer that thing for me?
Uh, no, no, no. We are not giving any recordings for this.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and add more screens to my sharing. Okay. So that
This is that charger, that laptop charger. Okay, it's there only. Tell me. Abba. Training sessions, learning field sessions.
Yeah. So if you can see, this is the code snippet for the mixed grid layout that we are
JSM
looking
number, quarter number.
looking at. Okay. Uh,
Yes, yes.
so this is your head, and here you are saying that these are the Bootstrap version which I'm using.
Coordinators, I think so.
Okay, and here you first define a container, and in that a row. Okay, so in the row you define the column XS12, and okay, yeah. So here you are defining that this is how the grid should work in XS, SM, and MD3 uh, device. Okay, and then you have defined the four divs for this. Okay, so you can see how the grid layout has been designed for this. Okay, what things you're defining for a access device, a 12 column layout, for a small medium 6, for a medium thing 3, and the large one will also align with this. Okay, so let's just change the resolution of this and see what happens. Okay, so this is our large screen. Now as I go smaller, right, it becomes a
This one, no?
6.
Saturday we have
So
sent.
6 is nothing but you have like 6 blocks of that 12 column grid are into one
BTW.
take up one space. Okay, so here you remember we have defined column sm hyphen 6. So when you do 6, it will this is a small medium port. Okay, then we'll go to access. Okay, now you have gone into access. Okay, this is how you also test the responsive design. This is one way to test it. Another way to test out the responsive design is you can do a inspect, and here you have the devices. Okay, so here you see
Hmm.
the
Suppose they want
dimensions.
for
You
these
can
sessions also paid
definitely go
sessions.
and select let's say whatever
Uh,
device you want to test it on, right? Responsive is generally about
General sessions which are not part of any group.
okay, so let's say this is an iPad Air or something akin to that. So this is
Like
how the layout
industries.
looks on a iPad Air. Okay, this is how the layout looks on a,
I
let's
check
say, a
from
small
home.
Galaxy phone or something, iPhone Pixel 7 device. Okay, it's
JFM,
a
Feb March SM. Learning group session, ticketed.
SM12. No, yeah,
Yes,
very
yes.
small
So
12
ticketed also
column
ours only. The paid
layout.
sessions I think so.
Access, sorry, access layout. Okay, then let's say I want to check on iPad Mini. Okay, then this is SM6. Okay, so whatever we have told, right, like SM6, it has to align to that. Okay, uh,
Paid sessions for only this time we have done now. Last
then
time.
you have
Hmm.
yeah. Let's go back to our bootstrap thing. So that is about the mixed column mixed grid layout. Okay, now we'll look at the column offsets. Okay, what are column offsets? What is an offset? Okay, Let's start with that. Offset is nothing but you are moving something from a particular point, that is called offset. Okay. So in a graph,
No,
I hope everyone have looked at a graph paper, right? So in
why
a
it's
graph paper
only
you have
no, I didn't
zero
create
by
anything.
zero at some point. Okay, at the bottom you say
Session is
zero
again
zero,
created. We
x-axis
didn't
is
create.
zero
Just
zero.
we planned
Now
for
if you
April,
want
no?
to create an offset of 1,
What is
okay,
this?
you will move the line
Click on that session.
from
We'll come
0th
to know, no?
position to 1, like
The
by
date and
one
no. Third
block
March
you
is
will
the
move
old
it,
one.
so it's called
Maybe by mistake
offset
it was
is 1
pasted
in
there.
that case. So similar to that
This
in
is 21st April.
web design you have the concept of offset, and
Yeah.
here what we are trying to do is give some spacing
Hello.
for the column. Okay,
Yeah. Hi. Hi. Yamini. How are you?
and how do we do that?
We are in
Let's look at
session.
that.
Yeah. Tell me. Sure. Sure. April. Even urgent.
You can see the content is center aligned over
Huh.
here.
For
Okay,
invoice,
so if you consider this entire
invoice.
thing as a column,
Actually,
the
another
consider
coach
is
also has reached out me
center aligned.
yesterday.
Okay,
And నిన్నే
then
త్రీ
notice
సెషన్స్
the
తీసుకున్నారు
alignment
మేబీ
of
చేసి
the
ఉంటారు నేను
content
ఒకసారి
here.
గుర్తు చేస్తాను
To
వాళ్ళ
achieve
ఆఫీస్లోనే
this
ఉన్నారు
layout we have to skip few grid
ఓకే
columns so
యా
that
యా
the content column gets center aligned, right aligned. Okay,
నేను సమ్ ఇన్ఫోసిస్ స్ప్రింగ్ బోర్డ్ అది స్క్రీన్ రికార్డ్ చేస్తున్నాను నాకు వేరే పని
this is why
చేయడానికి
we
కూడా
need
లేదు బ్లాక్
require
అయిపోయిందా
column offsets. Okay,
ఇన్ఫోసిస్
then
స్ప్రింగ్
how
బోర్డ్
do
సమ్
we achieve
హెచ్టి
that?
ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎస్ఎంఈ
Offset
సిస్టమ్
feature of Bootstrap help us skip offset
షూర్ ఐ
columns. Okay,
రిమైండ్ హర్
this feature can be
షూర్
used
షూర్
for moving columns for
ఓకే
achieving
ఓకే షూర్
any
షూర్ ఐ
layout
రిమైండ్
specific, such as
Okay,
more
thank
left
you. I'll
margin
give
for
you the dates
content
for
column,
next
center
April.
align content, right align
Yeah.
content,
Okay. Yeah.
skipping few
Thank
grid
you. Thank you.
columns.
Bye. Hmm. So that we so that are copy pasted links, right? Not that such particular date links. She's told, but I
Bootstrap
don't
gives us the
understand.
below
This
classes
one,
for creating
industry leaders,
offsets.
that and
So
all, we
these are
have
the
made on
classes which
public
are there.
platform, right?
XS is
Not
for
in groups.
very small
That's what
device,
she was telling.
SM is for small
General
medium,
session.
MD is for medium thing, and LG is for large. Indicates number of
Uh,
columns to be skipped for
you send the number like
uh,
whatever the sessions we have created, the whole thing. Hmm.
Hi friend, I'm
yeah.
able to hear you is very low. Can you be
Execute
a bit
sessions
louder?
means the speaker
Possible?
sessions,
No, it's fine
the
for
sessions we
me.
have created for check the status of assignments
Because
and
when
all. No,
Neural you're speaking, I'm able to hear it in a louder voice.
general
Hello.
sessions are not part of any
Yeah,
Pranav
group
said
on
also it's
public
fine, I
platform
think.
what
I
we have
think you
created.
have some network issue.
Not done
no
anything.
network. When Varsha or someone else is
This laptop
speaking, no,
I
in the
can't
call,
anything
I'm
now.
able to hear it
Why this Babu has taken that
little bit
laptop?
louder voice,
Have we created for any other
little
session?
louder. You can.
Sunrise only. Yes. What happened? Please wait for 2 minutes, ladies. We lost Pranav. He's trying to join again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, morning. Yes. So we are sending. Hold the number up. Why Pranav is not there or what? The paid sessions. Yes, we didn't give. She didn't ask. We didn't give. We didn't give. We'll ask.
Hello, participants. So, Pranav is joined shortly in a minute. So, please wait.
Hello. Sorry, there was an issue of because of which I got disconnected. I'm not sure what was the reason behind that. Uh, yeah. So let's. I hope I'm audible to everyone. If there is any issue, just post it in the chat.
Yeah, Pranav, you're audible.
Thank you. Yeah. So we were looking at how to create the all column offsets. So these are the classes for creating column offsets: column axis offset, column sm offset, column md offset, hyphen star. So in the star you can mention by how much column, how much blocks you need the offset.
Have you
So
sent?
let's say I want an offset of
Done.
4 columns. So you say column hyphen lg hyphen offset
Mm.
4. So what this will do is this will create an offset on an LG device by 4 columns in a single row. Okay. Let's look at now. Let's see how we can create the below screen. Here we need to center align the content
Learning group
from
session
medium
format
viewports and above.
13:26
So
is
from
for the
medium
button.
viewports, when we want to define what class will we use,
You can take from
we'll
here.
use column MD. Okay, column hyphen MD class, and in that we will say uh,
Eat it.
we are using the MD4, and if we have to center align,
No.
it's a totally 12 column thing, right?
What is it
So
asking?
if you have to center align, we have to
It is
leave
asking the
four
number.
like,
Yeah.
and
No,
we are
no,
saying
for
the
us.
content is also
We'll
of
update.
4.
We'll update.
Okay, content takes up 4 columns. Okay, so each div takes up
You're
4 columns.
what?
So what we have to do, remaining
We have
8 columns we
four.
need to give equal spacing. So from the offset we give 4. Okay, so this moves by 4 and the remaining 4 remains empty. Okay, this is how this works. I'll show you the output for that. If you have downloaded the projects, you can also simultaneously open the column offset. You can go to Twitter Bootstrap demos. In that, you will have file number 11 called column offsets. If you open that and just see, you will see the output over here. Now, what I'm going to do in that file is I'm just going to make a quick change uh, to show you the offset difference. Okay. Uh, Let me open up the code and reshare my full screen. Okay, I hope you are able to see my screen. So this is the column offset.html file. Here you see that we have mentioned the column offset of 4. Now instead of doing 4, I'll just make it 2 and I'll show you what is the output. Okay, so if you go here and refresh this, you can see this has moved by 2 columns. Okay, this is how you define it. And for example, if I say this itself is 6, okay, then it will look like not 6. If I make this 8, right, then what will happen, it will look like it is still center aligned, but you will have a bigger space. So this is the entire thing. And then, so yeah, you have two columns here and then 2 columns here. So that is how you use the grid. Okay. Uh, Come on. Yeah, this is the default thing, uh, and this is how you define use column offset. If you have any questions, please post them in the chat. Then we will go to the next topic. Yeah, this is the demo regarding that. You can take a look at that. Then we will look at column ordering in Bootstrap. Okay, let's say this is the medium viewport, and here you can see that when a web page is viewed by a user, the user would obviously prefer to see the most important information in the web page at the beginning of the page. Okay, whenever you go to a particular website, right? Whenever you go to a particular website, you will see the most relevant content first. Okay, so if you go to a Flipkart website or a Mindra website, the first thing you will see is what is the sale which is going on. Okay, because they want to attract customers. So whenever you go to a web page, the user would want to see the most important information. That's what it says. In the above web page, both member testimonials as well as member offers seem to be equally important. Okay, on a wider viewport, we are able to display both the content at the same level. So this is a wider viewport, and you can see all the content at the same level. However, on a extra small viewport, this is how the content looks. Okay, here the content is naturally following the stack order, and hence first we get the offers column, and below that testimonials. Okay, testimonials seem to be a bit higher on the priority. Okay, so then offers, and hence we would like to see the testimonials column first, followed by offer columns at in an extra small viewport width. Okay, this is where column reordering helps us. So column reordering can be useful on really useful on small to extra small devices, where you can define which content needs to take more priority, in which column needs to take more priority, so that you can order that. So let's see how we can do that.
Pranav, here I have one doubt. Can I ask?
Yes, with
Stack
possibly.
order, stack order. I'm not able to understand here.
Okay, I will give you a small example. Okay, I'll try to visually show you what is a stack. Okay, so what is a stack, right? Stack is nothing but you place one thing either above another thing or below it. Okay, like you
Normally, stack is last in, first in, last out, right?
no, that is the how the how the data input and output works. First, what we are trying here, we are not talking about picking up one element and putting in one element. What we are trying to understand is how the layout works in the form of a breakpoint. So in Bootstrap, the grid layout works on the basis of breakpoint. So whenever a breakpoint happens, it follows the stack order. What happens is it doesn't scroll to the right. Okay, it comes down, right? Whatever layouts we have seen as part of this Bootstrap framework, you have seen when the viewport becomes small, the next card. Okay, here in our example, we are looking at the tourism cards, right? So this is our page. Now when the breakpoint occurs, what is happening? The next column is coming below, so that is getting stacked below. So stacking is nothing but you are arranging things in a vertical way. So this is an stack. So what is happening over here? So let's say data if you look at this stack, right, it is like ABC. Okay, this is an stack. So what happens over here is C, B, A is placed one below and another. So you need to take only that concept of stack in a UI thing. Okay, you need not take that in the form of a push and a pop. Okay,
Then we can revoke the license. Drop.
Yeah, got it,
Yeah.
Pranav. That means
See,
when we shrink the screen, the
yeah.
third and fourth column will come below.
Yeah, so that is called a stack. So by
Okay.
default, Bootstrap follows a stack order. And if you go very small, right, what happens? Though you defined MD hyphen, you defined excess hyphen 12. Okay, in this was a mixed grid layout, right? You defined excess call hyphen 12. So on an extra small viewport, you are saying my 12 columns is one row,
Simple.
right? When
But
you say
35, no,
excess
I
12,
thought like
you're
35
saying
can
the
run
12
multiple
columns
rows.
are one row, and what will happen to the next row? It will automatically follow the stack order and come below Kerala. Okay, below Kerala, Tamil Nadu comes, then Sikkim comes, and then Karnataka comes. Okay, that is called a stack order.
Yeah, got it. Thanks, Pranav.
Yeah.
So mixed order means we can specify all the possible way of that means the number of resolution in the same div tag, right?
Yes.
It is called mixed grid.
Yeah, mixed grids.
Okay.
Yeah, let me get back to that. Okay. So column ordering. So ordering, why we need ordering, we require for uh, ordering the columns in a priority basis. Okay, Bootstrap provides pull and push classes for column reordering. Okay, with these classes one can change the display order of grid columns at any given breakpoint. So dot pull class pulls the content to the left side of the row. Dot push pushes the content on the right side of the row. So on an extra small,
These
okay,
academy
you
only.
use excess pull star. Okay,
Ticketed.
you define how much
Paid.
what will be the values from 1 to 11 based on the number of columns. Okay,
Yeah.
how much pull
RH under
or
academy.
push you require. Okay, then
Win. Win with everything. Hmm. Hmm.
then we have the push. So you define column access push, SM push, and you define the number
For this
between
paid
1
for
to
the
11.
each session,
Okay,
how like बताया ना price? RH
now
that है ना
let's look at how we can create the
now
below
we are
page.
create Omkar.
Notice
Same
here that the
goal analysis
testimonials
same.
come first and offers come next, and in extra small viewport and in higher viewports these come
Welcome.
beside each other, that is at same level. Okay, so in extra small and in higher versions these come beside each other. Okay, come next in extra small viewport. Okay, so here how we are designing the viewport, we are designing based on the extra small viewport logic, and in any higher they come so small viewport and above, small, medium and large, you get them like this. Okay, this is how you do it. Okay, we'll look at the code example. Okay, uh,
Farewell, welcome.
this is our
Uh,
12
that
column
create paid sessions.
like order column ordering. Okay,
Hmm.
so how did we do it? First we are saying on
Triple one, no?
access 12. Okay,
4-1.
we are saying
RH. Goal. Same sessions. Goal analysis.
this is how we are
1-1.
defining the row.
I mean
Okay,
4-1.
uh,
Not triple one. Win. That is
column access 12. Okay,
1-1-1.
on the access device we are saying I need a
I
12
have written
column
somewhere this one when she told.
layout. Okay, 12
Yeah.
column in a single row. On SM I'm telling it's a 8 thing. Okay, On MD it is 6, and the higher will also
We
be
have
the
to
same.
create this, no?
Okay, this is how I'm defining it. And here what I'm doing, SM push 4. Okay, so this will
At
basically
least you have done this very
push
good,
the
good thing, yeah. Others
layout.
mustn't do like this.
1 minute, I'll show you the slide. So what is push
Boring that
class?
one.
Pushes the content on the right side of the row. Okay, so what this will do is this will push the content,
He
this
told two
content,
minutes and he took.
this content member testimonial to the right side of the row on a SM device. Okay, SM resolution device. Okay, and on an MD device, it will basically push it by three columns. Okay, so that is how you define
Paid.
the priority. Okay,
Why?
so member testimonials, you can see that this is how it looks. I'll will run this, and we will see. Okay. So this is how it looks on a large viewport. Even on a medium viewport, it looks the same. Even on a, yeah. However, if you see on a small medium, right, a small XS device, this is how it looks. Okay, you can see the member testimonials becomes the top thing, and then you have membership offers and then lifestyle. But in other layouts, you
Oh.
can see the columns are
How will
arranged like
update the,
membership
the paid
offers,
session
membership testimonials, and travel
in
and
that
lifestyle.
session tracker?
However, when you come to a access thing, member
Already, not
testimonials
the
take
old one we
the
have
highest
created paid session for
reorder
RHA and all, no?
ordering.
That
So
we'll
that is
update
how it
in session
works. Okay,
tracker.
so
First
then
we'll
this
update that. I
becomes
will close
the
it. No, I
top
can't
thing.
do
You're
anything.
saying on a
Huh?
SM, okay, small
First we'll
medium,
close that and
the
we'll
push
create
is
for
4.
field also.
Okay, here you are defining the
Then
pull of 8,
we have
so
to close
this
that. We
becomes
forgot otherwise.
uh, lower. Okay,
You have kept like this, it will be easy for us to take that paid session links to update.
and here you are not defining anything, so this will always remain the last. Okay, here you can
Simply,
see in
yes.
this div, this component, we have not defined any
I just
push or
simply you
pull.
kept the
So by
column, no?
default, this will follow its own ordering. So this is the third one, and it remains the
In
third
different
one.
colors, and we can
Okay,
take both
the
the colors.
ordering changes between membership offers and membership testimonials. Okay, the membership testimonials becomes the top thing in excess devices. Okay, and the membership offers becomes the lower priority thing and other devices, so in the access device. Okay, that's it. All right. uh,
So from this
Apart from
everything we have
this,
to.
yeah, so this is about it, and this is what this code talks about. uh, then you have the demo. This is nothing but the same thing that we looked at. Okay, uh, so create an image gallery, use Bootstrap grid system in conjugation with thumbnail classes. Okay, this is image gallery, creating an image gallery. I think we need to, like, you can work on this. This is an exercise. You can also complete this quiz. Okay, this is another exercise. Use grids, prepare proper layout for display of the images added in index.html. Okay, look at these exercises. Okay, then we will jump to Bootstrap tables.
Not French, some Latin word. Oh, okay.
Okay, We discussed how Bootstrap helps in providing better layout using grids. However, when we require to provide a structure like reports, so generally in web development, right, you have a concept like you want to display the content in a table format. Okay, the table format is widely used. Okay, so for that purpose, we have Bootstrap table. Okay, and mostly it is used for reporting purpose, like they say it over here. So Bootstrap helps in decorating the table by adding additional styling, simple gray border shading, and rows. Okay, border shading and alternate rows. So for alternate rows, you can have different color. Though grids also provide help in creating appropriate layout, the additional styles like coloring, alternative rows provide borders. Coloring row on hover is provided only by Bootstrap tables. Okay, so whenever we have data centric pages like reports, using tabular layout of Bootstrap will be beneficial than grid layout, as we can highlight required data in a more better way with tables. Okay, I hope you can. I hope you understand when to use what. Okay, when you have a framework, right, like Bootstrap, you should be, when you look at the design or the requirement, you should be able to choose which component from Bootstrap to use. Okay, so here let's say we are doing a reporting activity, right? Then in that case we should
5 only, no? Those are hertz, but we have to give her
we
update
should
also
just
from the
use the Bootstrap table
we didn't
component.
get
Okay,
it.
though we can achieve the same thing with the grid, it becomes very complicated. And that's why Bootstrap has built this Bootstrap table. Okay, uh, now let's look at some various table classes which can be added to the table tag with Bootstrap. So you can use the table tag. Okay, so adds padding and horizontal dividers in the table by default. Okay, add zebra stripes. Okay, zebra stripes is nothing but you can see one row color is white, the next row color is light gray. Ooty is light gray, then Kodaikanal is white. Uh,
How she's getting that
Yerakaud
number?
is again gray, and Kunur is again white. Okay,
5,
so if you use
8,
table striped, it will give you a visual
7.
effect of
That 8.
having a zebra kind of
13.
layout for the table. Each row, alternate rows will have a shaded color. Okay, now table bordered, you can see the table has a border over here. Okay, the entire table. Okay, uh, you can define the color by default. I think it takes a gray color.
Saturday.
Okay, uh,
Saturday session this was. This is not paid, huh?
yeah, then you have table hover. Table hover is nothing but when you take your cursor and go to that particular row, you will you will see that the color of that rose changes, so that it indicates to the user that you are pointing at this particular row. Okay, it is useful in that those kind of scenarios. Okay, then table condensed is nothing but as the word suggests, it makes the spacing a little less. Okay, here you can see there is more top and bottom spacing for each row. Top and bottom is nothing but, let's say you have this Uti row, na? On top of this you have more space, and the bottom of this you have more space. However, in a condensed format you have less space. What it will do is it will show more number of rows in a single viewport. So when you have, when some person comes and says I want to see more data, so what you can do is you can just use table condensed, and you can show more data. Okay, so depending on the requirement you need to choose which table to use. uh, we will quickly just open the demo. I think that has been done with responsive. Okay, so this is a striped table. We will also open the code and just see if we can make some changes, and I'll show you different styles of table.
Not bad.
Just a couple of more. Okay,
Hmm.
so here instead of saying, we are using the table class, and in the table we are using table tag, and in that we are using the table striped. So instead of using the table striped, let me
Registration, no?
go ahead and pick up
Yeah, because that
something
if we
else. Okay,
created on
let's say I
general
want
only,
to
they will
use
check
table
paying
hover.
and all, no?
Okay,
In
let me
in
go
groups, they can't
and
see that
make that
section, no?
change in the code.
Yeah, yeah. General only.
So
Oh, for this column you're asking, it's general only.
yeah, you go here and then reload it. Okay, so if I hover it, right, I go to Uti, then
That
that
session
gets
will
highlighted.
work.
I go to Kodaikanal, that gets
Two
highlighted. I go
sessions
to
there.
Yerakud, that gets highlighted. I go to Kunur, it gets highlighted. Okay,
Why me? I'm
uh,
connected yourself only, you or me. We only connected
that
that
is it.
one, right?
And
We are the
let's
host.
say you can add, you can
If you put
customize
for
this. You
your
can see
name
how
like
you
that,
can
it will work.
customize this. If you want to change the hover color, how you want to do that, and other things. You explore this and see how you can
This now
make the
they are
changes.
asking.
Okay,
We don't know the attendance or some nothing, no?
then we go on to the next thing, responsive table. Okay, so that was the table, right? So was it responsive? Does it change on a small screen? No, probably we have less number of columns, that's why we are not able. But what is happening over here is the it's not a responsive table, it is a kind of there is no, it is not highly responsive, but I will show you how to create a highly responsive table in Bootstrap. Okay,
Yes. Meeting link is same. Already we have
so if you
created.
really go
We
to
can change
the
that if you want.
small screens, right, then it will not be responsive. uh, So how do you make it responsive? You add a dot table dot responsive class, makes the table responsive. That way you can scroll the table horizontally. Generally, in so let's say you're designing a report, right? Uh, let's take an example of you're designing a report of, say, what you did on each day for 24 hours. Okay, so you will have like hourly report. Okay, so on the, let's say on the left side where you have places to visit, you have the date. Okay, and from Jan to March, so you have date, hour 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, so on up to uh, 23 to 24. Okay, on the x-axis, on the y-axis you have the date. uh,
What is this one writing? Oh, you got 35 candidates. Hmm?
so that is how it works. Okay, so if you have more number of columns, right, then you need to use table responses so that the user can at least scroll the table to the
I
right.
don't know
Okay,
how we will drop
uh,
it.
let's look at how we do that. You have the thing over here. Let me just open this up for you. Okay, so see, instead of using the, you enclose the entire thing into a table responsive thing. This is the table stripe thing. Okay, so here you are using the table co- table class. Okay, but here you are enclosing the entire thing into a table responsive thing. Okay, so let me run that and show you the output. So, no. Okay, this is a responsive layout. Okay, I need to show that to you on a much smaller device. Let me pick it up. Yeah, so you can see that when you define this as responsive, you get the scrollers. Okay, now this is a non-responsive thing, and I will show you the difference over here. See, nothing scrolls, but the thing is kind of adjusted out over here. The column names kind of come to down, and then so let's say you have a lot of content, right? Instead of saying yes or no, you have written something. Then it becomes really uh, clumsy. I will show you what I mean. Okay. Yeah. Let's say I'm writing some comment. Okay. Now, if I load this into this thing, you see the how the layout becomes. Now, for the same thing, unless I define, okay, you can see that it basically considers the
Tell me.
considers this and it continues to scroll. Okay, so that is why you need to wrap this up in a
Huh.
class table
Maybe we
responsive.
didn't change,
Okay,
I think so. No,
once you
otherwise
do
like it
that,
is not
you
completed,
will
no?
have a better controlled
Why?
layout. Then we move on to the
Twitter boost. This is upcoming
next
only, no?
topic.
Goal analysis.
Okay,
On top.
contextual classes. Okay,
Upcoming. Why?
so contextual
This
classes are
is
nothing but
March 18th, 19th.
you see the
But we
below
have updated, no?
screenshot,
Every
right?
day
You
we
have
are
different
updating.
colors. You have
What's
green,
going on there
red,
in sessions
yellow,
like that?
blue, yellow. Okay, so just let's look at that. So
No,
you
from where
have the
we'll
best
get this?
time to visit
No,
header.
we are updating
Okay, it's like a
Varsha
header
every
row.
day.
And when you say
Someone must
active, right,
have this.
it
And
adds a
we
light
have
gray background to it. Okay,
our learning
so
thing separate.
based on the context it will add the background, and if you say success,
Okay.
it adds a light green background color which indicates successful or positive table element. Okay, if you want to say danger, okay, you say dot danger. Okay, you use the danger thing. Okay, red indicates that, so the light red.
Where?
And for info you use
It's
for
there in two
if you
places.
want to get light blue color you use info.
We are updating
Okay,
this learning thing.
then for warning you get a lightish yellow color
Not
background.
updating there, right?
Okay, so let's say you have some report, right? So why do you require this? That should be your question. So let's consider a report. So the report that we have is this. So in the report, let's say we have this, and the
Huh.
report we have some row. Okay, in that row we want to indicate an error. So for that you can show use the dot danger, and if it is a success, right, you want to highlight something, you have a warning, you can use this. Okay.
Hmm. That is for our reference.
And you can see that we can
She told
define
that she
this
will
for
copy.
each cell of the table. You see, we have defined that for the east cell. So for the Jan to March, we have defined success. For no, again we have defined success. For yes, we have defined danger. Okay, so not for yes, yes of April, June. Okay, only for this one particular thing. I will just try to show you what they have done, and we'll just try to show see. Let me open the code, and I will show you what I mean. Okay. So here we have, let's say I want to, let's take an example. OT, I want to show green everywhere. Okay. So what I'm going to do, uh, I'm going to- okay. So the entire OT row should become green. Okay. That is how it is. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Paid sessions, right?
so you can change this, and you can experiment and see how it works. So that's about the
Hmm. From
this thing. Okay.
Feb
The
17.
next thing we are going to look at
Hmm.
responsive typography. Okay. Uh, so what is responsive typography, right? What is typography in the first place? Typography is nothing but the how your fonts, how your text looks. So if you have used a Word document, right, you have different concepts, different tools when you are writing a piece of text.
March 56. But in 56, 33 what? Hmm. But in this 56, any paid sessions? No, no. We started paid sessions from February 18th.
Okay, so we'll look at typography. So this is nothing but like how your
Not
text
there
looks.
because we didn't create it
Uh,
first of all. When we started paid sessions,
what I'll do is I'll give you a quick overview of typography. Okay, and you can basically just go over this content. Okay.
I'm not
Once.
getting you. From when we
Uh,
have from when we have started paid sessions? Last cohort only, right? RHA, 1st March.
so you have this screenshot, right? You can see the text is in different colors.
1st
You have
March,
something
right?
highlighted,
So
and then
you
you have
give
different
normal
font
session count
sizes,
separately and paid sessions also separate. Ah, 124 plus 13.
things like this. Okay. Now
She is not there in office, no?
You have here some text which is aligned to
Babu,
the left,
I want that
right,
laptop once.
okay,
I
it is
have
aligned
screen
to the right,
recording
okay.
in there. I have to
Then you
take it.
have the author name also which is aligned to the right. So things like this, okay, we can observe from screenshot 1 and screen 1 and screen 2 both have the same content, but there is slight difference in the visual appeal between the pages. So visual appeal is nothing but this is like a plane, everything is left
Mess,
aligned, right
everything is
aligned.
there.
There is
Whoever not
no
idea also they'll give
no
some other like
layout of
what about
text,
access.
okay. But in the second screenshot you can see that the content is more aligned. You have a little, like you have some spacing over here and then some formatting over here, which makes the thing look more pleasing to the eye,
Huh.
okay.
Paid session.
uh, yeah, so
Correct. Yes.
whatever, as like if a website looks more pleasing to the eye, right, people will start to use it, okay. If it is not pleasing to the eye, people may not use it. That is as per a UI UX. That is where the concept of UX or UI comes in, right? So you need to make the things look more user friendly, okay. And yeah, this is what contact information is more readable. Information on the hill station is also more legible and readable. The courtesy is also made more readable in screen 2. Basically screen 2 represents the content in more visually appealing manner. That is why we need typography. Good typography adds value to the web page design by making text legible and readable. It changes the entire look and feel of the web page. uh, yeah, so let's go to the next slide. How do you typography is an art of working with type, that is text. Type is nothing but text. It focuses on making text readable, legible and appealing to its readers. It deals with typefaces, type size, line length, line spacing, letter spacing, word spacing, okay.
General questions.
So I hope you are clear, like you understand what are typefaces, type size, line length, word spacing. uh, like you can just look up this, like this is generally part of your, even a word document will have all of these variables, so okay. So Bootstrap overrides browser default typography to style HTML element. Below are the default typography settings provided by Bootstrap. These are the default font size is 14, line height is 1.428, typeface is Helvetica New, Helvetica Arial and sans serif. Typeface is nothing, is also called as a font name. Okay. Margin bottom of the half of the computed line height is additionally applied to all p tags. Okay. So above settings are applied to entire HTML body. Okay, Bootstrap provides styling for headings, lists, paragraphs, addresses, codes, emphasis text, etc. Let's look at each of them in detail. Uh, so the tag is small, de-emphasizes the line or blocks text by 85% of the embedded parent element style. Also, it displays the content in lighter color. Okay. Strong emphasizes embedded content in heavier font, which is bold. Strong makes it bold. Mark makes it highlighted. EM makes the text italic. Okay, block quote references the text. P tag should be embedded with this tag for reference referring straight code. To wrap name of the source work, use site tag. For right alignment of content, use block code reverse class attribute. Okay. Style ABB style HTML element with light dotted border reveals abbreviation on the uh, mouse hover. Okay. So if you have want to abbreviate a text, you can keep that, and when you hover on top of it, you will see the full abbreviation. Then you have the address that helps display present address, contact information neatly. So what are we looking at right now? Now let's use this tags in the Tamil Nadu tourism typography.html. So to achieve this, like let's say you have the bold and then you have the highlighted text. What will you use for bold? Okay, emphasizes the embedded content in heavier font. So if you see here, the tour of Tamil Nadu is bolded. Okay, so for that, what will you use? Just think about it. Okay, emphasize title. Okay, for emphasizing a text, you use strong. Okay, for highlighting a text, you use mark. Okay, so for land of Vedas, you will use mark. Okay, and for tour of Tamil Nadu, you use strong. And then let's say you are adding a quote here, right? Tamil Nadu, literally the land of Tamils, is one of the 29 states of India. The capital of Tamil Nadu is Chennai. Okay, that is uh, quote, and you can see that Tamil Nadu literally is okay. Okay, you can see what we have used here. Okay, to align the text from the right, we have to use block quote reverse. Okay, and if you want to use the quote, you use block quote. Okay, this is your div. Okay, this is your block quote, and here you are specifying the author name as well. And then em is used to make the text italic. So the author name, you are making it italic, that's why you are using em. Okay, that is the overall idea over here. uh, yeah, then you can see how we have defined this, right? So this is a demo on emphasis, applying emphasis. I think this is pretty basic. You just look at what we are doing over here. uh, then you have the list.
What happened?
So for arranging the content for the sake of better typography, Bootstrap provides three lists. You have ordered list, uh, and ordered list. You have the syntax like this OL, and in that you indicate the list elements li list, list item 1, list item 2, so that you can have n list items and
Real
it will
life
be ordered
mark happened.
sequentially, prefaced by a number. So it will append by itself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unordered list generates a list without any order, prefaced by bullets. Okay, so you use the ul tag to remove default styling. Use class list. If you want to remove the bullets with each list, right, you can use the class dot list style with ul tag to place the all items in a single line using dot list inline class with ul tag. Okay, then you have so helps to create the own list. Every definition term is followed by definition term. So DL is followed by DD, definition data, to define the horizontal list. Use class dot DL horizontal with DL tag. Okay, we'll see this in this example below. Okay, so here we have Yeah, so these are the different use cases, right? This is a list, and then this is also a list. Okay, and in this list we have postal address, email, website, deliver. So how are we doing that? Okay, let's look at this. Okay, here we are using the DL class. Okay, and we are saying DL horizontal, and in the each horizontal we are defining a DT. Okay, and a DD. Okay, so DT is nothing but you can see that definition term. Okay, definition data. Okay, uh, definition term here is postal address, and definition data is the address. Okay, that is how we have designed it. uh, so, and you are saying it has to be horizontal, and in that each thing you are defining, so dt and dd, this will together compose one row. Okay, then you have email id, and then you have
And one more thing, skill reboot banner we updated like with the date. No, now it got like not in March we are launching. Okay. And banner or logo, I think it's postponed to April 15th. No, no date on that. Fine. You have to change any content or anything there. Hmm. Not somebody Dipti only. Ah, anyways, you don't know, no. That day we connected with Dipti, no, and that day only she only changed, no.
so this is how we have defined it, and you can see that this is uh, this is not, we are not using the horizontal thing over here, we are just using a vertical aligned thing. Okay, you have the data
Data
definition term and the definition data vertically aligned for
we can
the hill stations in
after this
Tamil
we'll
Nadu
delete
section.
that session.
So that is about that. Then we look at text alignment and transformations. Okay, so what is text alignment? Uh, you need to look at like where am I aligning the text? Am I aligning to the left, right, center, or justify? Okay. Uh,
No, sir. No, here she wrote here something
so
center.
text alignment, text right, text left, text center, text justify. These are the four things, four classes which you need to use for text alignment. For text transformation, there are two types of transformation: lowercase and uppercase.
It's better, no? They are
Uh,
using that word.
for uppercase, you have two things: text uppercase and text capitalize. Both do the same thing. Uh, no, text capitalize and text uppercase doesn't do the same thing. We'll see what is the difference. For text lowercase, we use text lowercase. Let's update the Tamil Nadu typography over here, and here you can see that we are using text uppercase. Okay, you can, instead of using uppercase, you can also see try to use text capitalize and see what happens. Okay, uh, use that instead of text uppercase and see what happens. Okay, so here what we are saying in the dt, we are saying we are defining the class uppercase. We are for saying the dd is like this, and then for Kodaikanal we are saying the d class is like this. Okay.
What is your name? You're working today? Where?
So that is about it. So then we look at contextual classes. Okay. Again, these are pretty uh, so just like you remember how we did contextual classes for a table, you have the same contextual classes for a
Hmm.
text. Okay, even for the text you can define like what should be the background color. Okay, if you say primary, it is a light blue color. Success, it's a light green color. Info is dark blue color over here. Warning is brown color. Danger is red color. Okay, and here you can define the background, or you can even define the text color itself. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
text muted, text primary, text success, text info, text
You update that.
warning, and
I'll click
text
on
danger.
session link and we'll
Okay,
update
so
but no attendance,
if
no
you
much
see over
attendance
here,
showing.
this is the example that we are looking at.
While marking attendance, it
Here
also
he
shows
has
that
used
everyone,
book your
but
package
we
is
didn't
white color.
mention any
Okay,
anyone there.
uh, here he has not defined anything, right? He has not defined any color. Okay, for book your package, so by default it's a white color. But however, if you see, it is embedded in a strong no, no, not this. Okay, so yeah, for this div, the bg primary. Okay, bg primary is nothing but uh, emphasizes the text by defining a light blue color. Okay, info. Yeah, so this is how you can use contextual classes. uh, then you have the demo of that, and then you have a quiz in that. Please go ahead and do that. So just to summarize contextual classes, right, you can provide context to your text as well as the background of the text. Okay, two things: text color as well as the background of the text. Okay, using Bootstrap contextual classes for typography. Then you have responsive typography. What is responsive typography again, right? Responsive is nothing but it should work on all the port sizes, and it should have that. How do we achieve that? We had earlier discussed that the Bootstrap sets the default font size to 14 pixels. That irrespective of the font size remains same. Irrespective of the viewport size, the font size remains same, 14 pixels. The rightness of the font size makes the text difficult to, the rigidness, okay, the rigidness of the font size makes the text difficult to read. On all viewport sizes, on extra small, the font looks bigger and
Hmm?
hence we need to have a typography which is responsive in nature. Okay, uh, how do we achieve that? Responsive typography ensures that the user is able to read the text comfortably at all viewport widths. Factors like font size, line height, font size, etc., which control the text legibility, is adjusted according to the viewport width as shown in the screenshot below. Okay, small viewport, extra small viewport, the text still continues to be legible. Okay, uh, so let's see now how that is achieved. Uh, so for responsive typography, Bootstrap provides responsive typography by default. Bootstrap applies required line breaks and padding automatically as per the width of the viewport. So, however, Bootstrap does not ensure font size is made responsive. Uh, we need to write additional styling for making the font size responsive. CSS3 media queries come to our rescue here. So, if you remember, CSS has media queries. So, we use the media queries and we write the different typography. Okay, for media queries for smartphones less than this is how we differentiate between the media queries. Let's see if we have the internal styles are defined within the style element inside the head section of an HTML page. With CSS3 media queries, we first need to define the breakpoint and then redefine the style for each and every breakpoint. Okay,
We are running with 35 and 60 people have joined. In 60 people and joining 20 from there. It's not good actually.
let's look at the below code.
Please
Here
consider
we have
across
defined the
margin
style
and
for the
join
body and the
context
p
body.
tags.
Please drag
Okay,
across the margin.
here for the body we are saying the font size is 18 pixels and based on the media query uh, and up to, let's say, up to phones, okay, 767 pixels, the font size is this much, and for smaller devices from 768 pixels to 939 pixels width, this is the font size of the body. By default it's 18, and then depending on the media queries we are defining the font size like this. Okay, uh, okay, writing media queries inside the style tag include demo on writing media queries. The below snippet shows writing the media queries in the style tag. uh,
Wanted to walk in style.
okay,
Like
so you have the
is that
style tag over here,
like
right? So in the style tag you can write the
funny. She's feeling like a dog today. Yes.
queries. Okay, on writing media queries to make responsive font size, different viewport widths. External styles are defined in external style sheet and then linked to the web page using the link tag inside the head section of the HTML page. So this is the
Why you are copy pasting all?
responsive fonts is small. So you define the CSS classes and then you kind of use them from your
Why doing it like this only?
link linking of style sheets. Okay. So this is the demo. Okay. Please go ahead and look at the code. Okay. Uh, After this, you have some
Etiquette. This is
quiz and exercises. Uh, yeah. So broadly, we covered
so will be sending
two
tomorrow.
main topics in this. We looked at bootstrap tables and then columns, offsets, columns ordering,
Got
okay,
it.
responsive tables, and then
Got
entire
it.
typography. So that basically concludes today's session. Okay.
Who is
Uh,
Pranav?
if you
Pranav.
like, if you want us to continue at this pace, like if this pace is good, like when I say this pace, uh, I mean that yeah, just let us know. Okay. If you want a faster pace also, we can do it in a faster pace.
Pranav, thank you. I have a question here. Are more sessions required for the same
Next
topic?
tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we have covered half of the bootstrap thing because the topics are wide and we are trying to cover. Uh, we require two more sessions.
Okay, so if that is the case, Varsha, we'll have to squeeze in 2 sessions per week. Is that possible?
Mm, yes, we'll get back to you regarding that, Prithvi. We'll
Yeah,
make a work like we'll work on our calendar and I'll let you know.
sure.
2 sessions per
So the
week.
next session, yeah, the next session will be on the 24th, which is Monday.
Hmm.
So Pranav will continue on the same topic.
Okay.
Yeah,
And Pranav, one more request. Can you just suggest any other reference material for the same course from on Infosys Springboard? We have other content providers also. You can take your time
yeah, sure. I'll look at that.
because we have content from Coursera and Udemy as well. So if you can just ask them to cover any particular course.
Yeah, sure. I'll check that out and I'll let you know. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Pranav.
Thank you,
So
everyone.
yeah, thanks, Pranav, and thanks to all the participants. Kindly go through whatever is being taught today, and then if you have any doubts, we can have a doubt clearing session as well. And also, Pranav will check out on the other reference materials on the platform from other content providers also. I'll be sharing the link to Harshakti and team shortly. Yeah, any other questions?
Thank you, Prithvi. We'll wait for your email for the link. Okay. We'll share it with the candidates and we'll let them know like this is a continue session on Monday again. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Since
pronunciation on.
the topic is a little bit huge and the educator wants to go a bit slow on the topic, so it is
Okay.
better we have 2 sessions per week. Is that okay with you, Pranav? Is that
Yeah,
possible?
that's okay with me, Prithvi. Because
Yeah.
I
So
just want to cover the things a little bit in a more detailed way because I was also explaining them how the code works. So just making sure that they understand the real code as well. Okay.
yeah. So if you have your inputs on that, that will be helpful. Alekya.
Yes, yes.
So the next session will resume on the 24th at 10:45. I request all the contestants to please join 10 minutes earlier to 11 o'clock, and also come